Hello everybody, welcome back to day 16 of my art journey. As I've decided to take a bit of artistic liberty with this one. So yeah, hope you enjoy and look past the weirdness of it, as I just felt a bit bored drawing semi more so serious esque stuff. And, yeah, otherwise this would be like my other videos where I'll just ramble on, as it seems like I'm doing something about this, right? Because what, I've gotten to 3 likes on this, which I'm rather thankful for. So whoever is going on watching my long little ramble sessions and enjoying it, thank you. But yeah, no, I've been having a bit more discussion with the lads on AI, and some of the takes are just kind of really frustrating. Something I said in the previous one was how they're saying it makes art accessible to everyone. And it's like, no, art has always been accessible. You could do art when you wanted to, you know, like if you really wanted to get good, you would have put the time into it and dedicated it instead of, I don't know, let's just say you're always playing COD. Instead of playing COD, you could, pick up a pencil and start drawing for a bit. As it's like, what we would like to say is like, AI art doesn't make you an artist, or using AI art as it really hinders your ability to move forward and be an artist. Like it just what's what I'm looking for? It just sets you behind in life. Not life, but life of being an artist. And the one thing I don't get is, how people, like, how you see it, it's like you'll put artists out of a job and this, that, the other, but it's like there'll always be people that will want something hand drawn, something that comes from a person, not a machine. Something with life, with meaning, with substance. As when a machine does it, there is no deeper meaning besides the fact that it just did it. You know? That's just one thing that's kind of been confusing to me. And another thing on that now that's been confusing me is like the bit of hate that artists are getting online. As it's like, why are you doing this? What is the meaning behind it? As it's like, you know, the only reason I can see why there is such an opinion like that, the hate, like, it's just that you're jealous for some reason. It's like if you're jealous, surely this is inspiration for you to take the challenge and do it yourself. Undertake an art journey like I am. And I do know, I will acknowledge probably people that don't have the time, and fair enough. But there's no reason for you to be getting jealous of others and then taking it out and being mean to them. It's just that. I just don't really get the negativity behind it all. As it's like, if you really don't like something, just don't interact with it. Excuse me. As it's like, if enough people don't interact with something, they'll kind of just die out and be ignored. And then on top of that, you won't have to, you know, deal with it in the slightest because, well, you're ignoring it, not giving it the time of day, which I think you should be doing instead of sending people hate. As it's like, there's nothing less productive than sending someone hate. As you're taking time out of your day for what? So then you can have a few minutes of being hateful and feel good about telling someone to kill themselves, or something just out of pocket like that. That's all that really is. It's just out of pocket. It's not necessary. It's like an uncalled for act. It's like I feel like people are kind of, losing the run of themselves online, and then, because they're losing the run of themselves online, it's more common to see people having these mad freakouts over nothing face to face. As one lad I know, he's just really big into everything that happens online. It's like, oh, did you see the fucking, what was it? It wasn't the content cop. Um, it was like some lol cow thing. that he follows religiously. It's like, pal, I, I don't I don't want to follow some pedo. It's like with the long cows, it's either a case of they really deserve what's happening to them, or it's just some mentally ill guy that doesn't deserve what they're getting. Like, won't be a good example. Because it's like world of t-shirts, and it's like, yeah, sure, his antics are funny, but when you really think about the fact behind it, it's just a bit of a sad thing. Like someone that had their whole life ahead of them is now, I think he's suffering from acute liver failure, but of course, because this autistic man is being enabled, that's probably going to be the end of his story. Is there's an alcoholic who's lost himself, which is truly sad. And you got other ones who aren't. Now these aren't the ones I'm saying are worth any sympathy. Far from it. Just they're all pedos, and it's like, why would you want to follow that? Why would you want to waste your time keeping yourself interested in what these people do? No, truly, some like I guess like you're watching them fall and suffer and all that. Yeah, sure, but truly, I really don't think they deserve a second thought. It should just be, oh yeah, this is what they done, and then that's it. Don't be following them as, yeah. I do think they are horrible. They deserve to be treated horribly, but giving them all this attention is not isn't truly what gets these things solved. As it might just get more people to do copycat things. As well, if a certain crime is super popular because the news always reports on it, well, lots more people will start, doing this crime because, well, they want this bit of fame that they're seeing other people achieve by just committing this crime. Yeah. Still, I just can't fully comprehend the reasoning behind others. But then again, that is the nature of life. There's no point trying to not no point trying to understand people. There's plenty of points you should definitely be trying to understand others. But I mean, getting yourself hung up with the fact that you can't understand someone, as it could just be both thinking a completely separate, different way. It's like you think A B C, he thinks E F G. And if that's the case, well, there's not much you can do, and no point crying over spilled milk. Well, I would spilled milk, but I'm sure you get what I'm saying on this. So, one thing I do feel like is missing on a much higher note is that we're missing, a lot of compassion nowadays. As you know, you take the like what was it H tree situation where it's like CPS is getting called on him and all. It's like, that's a really compassionless thing you're doing there. It's like really heartless. As I'm not really a fan of H3 and all that. As it's like, to my knowledge, there actually isn't anything of them being abusive or, anti bad enough to warrant CPS being called on their ass. Besides the fact that they have a bit of an unpopular opinion with some other groups. And then when they call out, what was it? Was it IDUBs? Yeah. I think they made some comment of IDUBs not actually doing anything. And then proceeds to make a content cook. I'm not going to call it content cop. That's it. It was just in bad taste. Like all of his biggest detractors are all conjoined together for this out. Not an hour. They weren't on there for an hour, but they're in there for a bit, and then they're having this fake little talk of like how they think he's good and all that. Then how apparently this is a non-biased one. It's like, what the hell? It's like, because when you make a comment like it's not biased, then you really need to back it up, because if you don't, well, you know, you're just going to seem like a complete liar. Yeah. I suppose that'd be the last thing you'd really want, but then again, when you've got a reputation like iDubbbz, it probably doesn't matter. 'Cause I don't think, he'll be able to change his reputation any time soon, or at all with the way he's going. You know. Let's see. Where did I put that? Oh, there it is. You know, just doing some stuff as I talk over this video. As I have to say, I am kind of enjoying this more. Having a bit of a chit chat before I release the video. Or this video, but I mean, like I do these at separate times. Yeah, it is just I suppose you could say it's like a sad state of affairs with the way the whole entire internet's going. As it is such a, like, not abusive, but it's like, everyone has so much at each other's throats. It's kind of just like, why? Why would you want to be like this? What is there to gain from acting like an arse to someone else? Ugh. That's what's in the way is just people freedom. There's like one thing I've noticed is with a few of the lads is that there's some sort of happiness they have about being able to call themselves an artist, but it's not like they're an actual artist. It's just the AI artist too. Which, as I've already said, I don't consider that to be art in the slightest. You don't need to call yourself an artist because you didn't do it. It's not your work. And yeah, sure, AI can be a tool that could be used, but it's like I'd only really see it as a tool. Let's just say you're colorblind. You use it to get the right colors in. And besides that, I can't really see much of a use in AI art for a normal artist. Because it's like my little belief that if you're doing this and you're making comics, each thing should be drawn by you. Yeah, sure. As I am doing art, I do get how, not monumental, that may sound too big, but how high of an ask that is, but it's still kind of like, you know, it is you who is doing this. This is your undertaking, your endeavor. You need to see it through to the end, you know? As it's like, if you don't do it well, there will be no one else that can get proper, faithful thing that's true to you. But, that's just my opinion on things. And please keep that in mind of what I say is no more, no less, but an opinion. It isn't like a fact of sorts. Because that's the one thing I never understand. I know I'm saying I don't understand a lot, but it's kind of just in the mood I'm in. Like it's like, well, you know, with people going on and on and on, it's like, how can you? But this is so much more of a ramble than usual. Yeah, but yeah, still, to singular guy who actually watches this stuff and is probably still here. I am very appreciative of you actually doing this stuff, hitting the like button, subscribe, and recurring to these videos. As it does help me help feel like posting this stuff and not just not posting and just doing it by myself. As at least I know I have a consistent person viewing me, as I don't want it to ever be a case, so if I was it, I have more recurring viewers than newer ones. I always prefer if it's the other way around, but that's just so then I expose more people to this stuff, and then they might feel inspired to start drawing as well. As this is a case of, this probably won't be my job. Not well, this isn't the plan for it to be my job. It's just I'm finding some success in this. I still need to crack the YouTube code, as my last video I uploaded day 15, that's only gotten, like, how many impressions? That's only gotten 99. Well, day 14 has gotten like a mad amount. It's like, I think it's 1,000, maybe 2,000 impressions. No, it's gone. 2,500 impressions. God. And it's still going up. I honestly do not know what what makes a video get more impressions than another video. I'll probably just copy those in day 14's description into this video and see if it's just a description thing or if it's something else entirely. Well, it is weird. And I know I did say I don't really get people following lol accounts. Like to me, it's like it's on a very surface level. I get it, as it's like the thing is, I would watch lol cow content, not like made by them, but I mean like people who've covered them, but I wouldn't be watching it often. Like I'm talking about those that just follow them religiously or do those prank calls and harass them. There's this one lol cow that I wouldn't really call a lol cow. I feel like they're like something entirely different. A demon cow, and that's like Christian. 'Cause I don't think he should be let outside. I feel like he should be locked in some sort of mental health institution. As it's like, how if you know what he's did, you know what he's did to his man. It's just like, bleh. What's wrong with you, pal? Like, I feel like in those cases, you should be like, it might sound a bit extreme, but I feel like you should be lobotomized. Have those bits and pieces removed because it's just like, oh, yeah. This will be the long Irish goodbye now, since what the video should be ending in like a minute. As the software I'm using won't let me still record my voice and take a look see at the video length. Actually, it could be video length that dictates how many impressions I get. It doesn't really matter right now. But anyways, I'll be catching you later. This is Aluntor signing out, and hope you start your drawing journey too. And, I don't want to leave this quiet for several seconds. Oh fuck. 4 seconds. Alright, yeah, this is Aluntor signing out. Have a good day and catch you on the flip side.